Then Swami looked at those apples and told me, hey, you must cut only as much as required. And the message was conveyed. Swami would suddenly come for the rehearsals for the sports meet time, and we would plan number of items. That is, Swami comes, this is the way we will show various items to him. But on many occasions, Swami will come here and ask for the marching to start, and he would love to see the marching, because marching is one event where everybody comes together as one, united. And Swami loves that kind of united action from students, because he says unity is purity, is divinity. So once, as Swami suddenly came here for looking at the rehearsals, morning time, I was slightly late because I was taking my bath, and by the time I came here, all the places around Swami were filled, and there was no place at all for me. So I was standing in the last step of the gents gallery. From a distance, I was praying to Swami, Swami, we are so back. Would have been great to get a place next to your lotus feet and to be able to enjoy your beautiful darshans from close as you came and sat here. So a red carpet was put and Swami's chair was put. Along with Swami were a few other chairs of the Vice Chancellor and the Warden and some other officials who had come along with Swami. And as I was praying intensely in the back, suddenly Swami leaned towards the Vice Chancellor and told him something. I could not decipher what he was telling, but I saw that Swami has mentioned something to the Vice Chancellor. And the Vice Chancellor, Mr. Giri, in turn spoke something to Shiv Shankar Sai, sir, the Warden, sir. And suddenly Warden sir sent word for something, and suddenly someone told me that, hey, Swami is calling the research scholars, right? So a royal road was made, and a person like me who was standing right in the back was given a chance to come to the front and sit close to Bhagwan. My heart was full. In fact, I had nearly had tears in my eyes, and that photograph of that particular moment is still very clear and crystal clear in my mind, because it was a fulfillment of a prayer. And when I came and sat next to Swami, Swami was looking towards the rehearsals, and he simply put his left hand on my right shoulder. And for the next 10-15 minutes time, Swami did not look at me, he did not speak a word to me, he just kept his left hand on my right shoulder and just kept looking at the program. And it was a kind of a feeling of fulfillment of your prayers that cannot really be described or expressed in words, but can only be experienced. See, Swami is omniscient, Swami is omnipresent. Basically, he is the dweller of our hearts. And when we do something as an offering to Bhagwan, certainly he responds every time. And sometimes when we make mistakes also, Swami makes it a point to correct us. It so happened that one of the years I was a part of the guest serving, and I was standing behind Swami and looking at the various items. Finally, we had made all the arrangements for the guest serving. There were a number of items to be served to all the guests present there, including apples. So we had, in the sequence of things to come, we had cut the apples and placed them on napkins and offered to all the guests. But unfortunately, the guests did not take up many apples, and many pieces remained with us, and they started becoming brown. And once they become brown, they cannot be used again. So I was feeling Swami comes back, as he would often do, and look at these particular rotting apples, maybe he will be a little displeased with us. So what I did was, I took a bhavani in which we serve prasadam to the devotees in the mandir. I put the rotting apples in that bhavani, covered it with one more bhavani, and put one towel there, put some other sweets on top, and I thought I had done a good job in terms of hiding the rotting apples from Swami's eyes. And then this is safe now. After only few minutes time, Swami came back and started inspecting what all was to be served. And he came closer and closer to that place where I had hidden the apples. So I moved away from there just in case Swami discovered. I should not get scolding because I was one of the students in charge. But Swami made it a point to you remove that particular prasadam from the top, remove the top bhavani. He asked someone else standing close by to remove it, and then those rotting apples were finally revealed. And I thought, okay, how does the blame go to me, right? I am standing far away from this particular point. Swami turns to me and said, you come here. I mean, God, I was saying, Swami, you are misusing your omniscience like this to point out, my mistake, right? Then Swami looked at those apples and told me, hey, you must cut only as much as required. And the message was conveyed. I remember in Trey Brindavan, Swami once asked the students, if I ask you only for one boon, what would that be? And everybody said, Swami, we want moksha, we want to merge in you, we want your love, we want your grace, we want Swami, etc., everything they said. Swami said, no, if the God asks you for only one boon, you must ask for good health. Because good health is the fundamental basis on which you build a good mind. A good mind can only discriminate. A good discriminating mind only can decide upon what is good and bad and move on to a spiritual path. That is why the fundamental basis of life is good health. So Swami gives us, by his own example, by his own ideal, what is the best way to follow for our good health, because that is the fundamental basis of life. And in this particular sports meet event, we learn that no great deal. Look at Swami's love and concern that for any eventuality, Swami is ready. He is taking care. He is God, right? Innumerable occasions we have seen Swami has protected a student's life even at the last moment by his intervention. And we all know that one of the years when Swami was coming in the chariot, right, which is made on an open jeep, Swami had fallen down and Swami had taken the injury of a student. In fact, that particular year there was an event where we had made certain structures on a moving truck. And on the moving truck, the boy is supposed to perform various acrobatic events. The moment Swami saw this, he knew it, there's a catastrophe going to happen. And unfortunately, I was one of the in charges for that particular event in that particular year. So in fact, Swami has saved me also in turn by taking upon himself so much of suffering. So we are 4 research scholars that time. We were sitting in the upper portico. Before the Tata Prayas car came, we had place to sit there in the corner. And Swami told the 3 other research scholars, you come along with me with the chariot. But he didn't tell me. So I asked him, Swami, should I also come? Swami said, no, you be on the backstage. You do take care of the guest serving. I pleaded, Swami, can I come along and then take care of, I'll go in the morning and set up things. Swami said, no, you be on the stage, don't come along with me. Swami came all this way here, and in the middle there was a kind of a jerk to the vehicle, and Swami fell down. And we had put up because Swami's leg was injured, we had put up a ramp for him to come and give photographs to students after their performances, various campuses. You will not believe Swami had come down 5 times. But every time he came back up to the stage, he would go to the washroom, to his room. And later it was discovered that Swami was using number of handkerchiefs to soak the blood which was oozing out from his legs, because it should not be seen by anybody else, so that they don't get alarmed by it. So if you look at Swami, on one hand saved the life of a student, because he is 1,000 mothers put into one. So he will go to any extent. Swami has told on many occasions, I will give even the last drop of my blood for the sake of the students. That's why he says, children, all be careful. You perform various glorious and nice events, but don't take unwanted risks. Make the event look glamorous, but don't take too much of risk in, because I am not only responsible to you, but also to your parents. On that one occasion, which I was a witness of, I saw that how Swami sacrifices his blood for his students and protects them like the eyelids protect the eye. I think we have all a lesson to take from this for our entire lives, and always remember that Swami is always with us, he is always protecting us, he is always loving us, and if we offer what we do in the sports meet or any other aspect of our life to Bhagwan in love, Swami will respond to us 1,000-fold. In fact, it happened in Kodaikanal. One devotee of Bhagwan, she has been with Swami from childhood time, and she said, Swami, we love you so much. How do we know that you also love us so much? And Swami said, that you love me is by itself the proof that I love you 1,000-fold more. Remember this. And we were all amazed by the revelation that if we give to Swami something as an offering of love, Swami responds 1,000-fold to us. I think there can be no greater investment than this in our lives. And in sports meet time, if all the students make the extra effort to offer everything that they are doing, not to show off their talents and their expertise, but as an offering to Bhagwan, even a small thing, then Swami will be certainly pleased with us and make our lives His perfect instrument and sanctify us both within and without. So when we connect to Swami, wherever we may be in the sports stadium, we may be in the institute, but if our mind is on Swami, Swami's mind also is on us.